Teach radio, teach to teach radio, education for all, for all, for all, education for all, for all.
Welcome to T2T radio. With me, your host Alhaji Mohammed Al Hassan Karimu, my panelists to do the discussion for today. The panelists are on my immediate right.
Yaku Abdel Karim.
Asaf Alabama, Tendam Methodist Primary School, Sabula Municipal.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are most welcome.
Thank you.
Our discussion today is centered on school management committees. In short, they call them SMCs. So, what is SMC?
SMC, in short, is a board formed in each school, which is School Management Committee, and it is supposed to be in every school.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what is the purpose of it, Mr. Alabani?
It is a committee backed by government. When you look at 506, 1995, that was about education. So, it is mandatory on every basic school or school to form that committee. And one of their purpose or their main purpose is to formulate policies and see to it that those policies are carried out or executed.
Very good. Can we just cite examples, some of the policies that they ensure that say policies are carried out in the schools?
We have one called SPIP.
Okay.
SMC ensures the drawing or the spelling out of SPIP or school performance improvement policy program.
Okay.
Every school have to draw it from the beginning of each term. So SMC members will take part in the drawing of those policies from the beginning, and they also ensure that the policies are being carried out because there will be regular review, like they will be checking up on the headmaster's actions on those policies. Yes.
Very good.
Also, Alhaji, one of the most important purpose of SMC is they monitor the headmaster, the teachers, and the pupils as well regarding their learning in the school.
Okay.
They also ensure maintenance and safety of the school infrastructure.
Okay.
Including furniture and others. They are to take decision and direct those who will carry out those things to do it on behalf of them.
So, who constitutes the SMC?
We have a member from the directorate, education office.
Education directorate.
Yes.
Okay.
The head teacher, some staff, some member from the PTA, the traditional leader, and some prominent people that comprises these religious leaders. Okay. Or someone you just know from the community that he or she is having interest in the development of the school. You can again add that person.
Okay, I think you are referring to representation. So if you say traditional leader, you mean the representation of
representation.
Exactly. Very good. I think we have to make that clear.
Okay.
Not necessarily the traditional leader
himself,
but a representation from the traditional authority.
To add to what my brother said, some of the members include youth groups or prominent youth groups in the community. Like when you look at in our community, some community they have attire bees, so who usually help in the day-to-day administration of the development of the school. So they also have a rep there.
Okay.
Another group that will be is also part is old students union. They should have a representative, preferably female. And one thing we should take in mind is that they want the committee to be an odd number for the purpose of voting. Okay. So that they will not be equal when they vote.
Okay. Very good. Do we also have representation from the religious bodies?
Yes.
Okay.
The school management unit. Schools like Tendam Methodist Primary is the management unit is the Methodist, and so they must also have a union there. Ahmadi schools, they should have a representative in the community committee.
Teach to Teach Radio. Teach to Teach Radio. Education for all, for all, for all.
So can we explain how the SMC, maybe in your school or any other school, have managed to resolve issues in the schools?
Yes. SMC is not supposed to be formed in only government schools. It is also found in the private schools. So I have one experience. One private school principal ever tried increasing fees.
As usual.
So the SMC once helped sit the headmasters down to check into the change, like to decide as to whether the increment is necessary. So they did that by sitting with some of the parents and the head teacher. I think they were able to resolve the issue.
Okay.
Yes, so it is in the private school self, they also have SMCs and they are also working effectively.
This is saying in the Bani, the IPB as of Bati in Itabu, Anula come Abatin Poi Kananju. That if your colleague's father's beer is on fire, you will check on your father's spoon before helping your colleague. What SMC in my school, Tendam Methodist Primary, did, or what they heard from other schools or other communities that people are encroaching into the school's land, and so they don't want future problems with the community. So they came and demarcated the boundaries of the school land. Then got trees on those boundaries, and they were on process of getting documents to back it, so that in future the school will not have any problem with people who are encroaching. When you enter the land, you will know that you are in the school land. That is what in Tendam Methodist Primary School.
That was good. That was good. I think it's a common problem in most of the schools or communities where school lands are encroached, and it's one of the responsibilities of the SMCs to ensure that school property is protected. And what they did is actually exactly what they were supposed to do, because you can't tell what the future will also tell in terms of development in the school. Madam, I do have something to add. Yes,
Alaji. Also, in managing the school, SMC, one of their roles they use to manage the schools, they police the schools at night, maybe to chase away deviant people or people with bad behaviors. Like in my school, there was this gang that normally comes to school after school hours. They
open one of their classrooms.
They open one of their classrooms, and that was where they usually come to smoke after we have closed schools.
Is it ordinary cigarette or?
No, weed. They smoke weed. Even cigarette. They smoke weed and cigarette.
Okay.
We complained to the SMC and the PTA, but they gave deaf ears to what we were saying. One day we came to school and a KG child picked up the pieces of the weed that they left behind that night, and told one of his colleagues that he was going to use it to drink. They call it attire in the Bani. It's a beverage. So he thought it was that beverage that the father or the senior brother used to take. So the friend came and reported him to one of the teachers. We went there and checked it, and it was pieces of weed. So we went back to the SMC and the PTA and complained again to them. So they came and helped us to drive the boys away. So now they no longer sit in the schools, but they have found a place for them, same in the village, but not in the school anymore.
That was very good. So I think these are the things that outsiders, whether teachers or community members, like our listeners groups, need to do. If it happens that the SMC itself or any member is not aware of certain situations or issues in the school, they can get to the SMC and inform them about what is happening so that they can see to how they can resolve it. That's a very good example that we can take note of so that other community members can also work to do.
Teach to Teach Radio. Teach to Teach Radio. Education for all, for all, for all.
We're running out of time. It will be great to hear your last words. And I think the time is very important, within 30 seconds, so that you don't go beyond that. Time is not on our side. Please.
My last words have to fall on how the community should be engaging with the SMC in terms of matters. So the issue I've ever had in my school, a parent seeing a teacher coming to school late, he just went direct to the teacher and asked, why are they doing this to the kids? I think if you also confront someone in a harsh manner, don't expect the person to also give you a polite reply. So what the teacher could say was, are we slaughtering the kids? Mm-hmm. He, as the parent, didn't do the question well. He didn't approve the teacher well. So what you should do is, you have observed that the teacher is always coming to school late. What you're supposed to do is to go and contact the SMC chairman. Discuss with him the behavior of the teacher so that the SMC chairman will then come and sit with the head teacher. Mm-hmm. They'll call such teacher and maybe have a discussion with him, the kind of things he has been doing which will not help the kids, so that the case will resolve. So it is good the community should be engaging with the SMC anytime they see a problem in the school, for it to be resolved amicably.
I want to entreat all teachers to have patience with our SMC members and the community at large. Mm-hmm. If you have done something wrong and SMC call you to maybe ask you about what you did, it shouldn't be a quarrel or an argument. It should just be like they want the good or the what do you call it? The best for the school and the children at large.
My last word goes to our listeners, my parents out there. Mm-hmm. They should have confidence in the SMC. Mm-hmm. They should be assured that they are effective board that looks to the day-to-day run of the school. Okay. And I plead to our SMC members to always do it or make it to SMC meetings. That will help development of the school going daily.
Very good. Thank you very much. The SMC, as we all said, is part of the school governance body that ensures that policies and decisions are carried out in the school to ensure good education in the long run for our children. We want to thank our panelists, those who have supported us in discussing this particular very important topic, Madam Shaibu Naima, Mr. Abdul Karimu Yakubu, and Mr. Salifu Alabani. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. We wish next time when we call you again, you make it, at least you make time with us as you have done, and we can continue with the work that we are doing. Thank you.
Teach to Teach Radio. Teach to Teach Radio.
Hi, this is Wiyala. I support Teach to Teach because education changes lives, especially for girls. So let's take advantage of the positive impact education can have on our lives, our communities, and our people.
Teach to Teach Radio. Apagababo, adababo, mejan sigin suku. Education.